this exposed section here, we're just on this false flat. He's having to work really hard. It is a slight headwind. They had a tailwind start. If he is going to get caught for the first time, this group, there's a sense of cohesion. They're actually working well together, and they've got to do it.
That the final kilometres, of course, on the descent, but also going into Marseille, is a headwind section. Of course, working together now for the first time since they
on this difficult section. And of course, given the road that we're on now, he's not exactly out of sight, out of mind. They can see him up ahead. It's a long. The victory will either be this man or one of the riders behind. Who's it going to be? I'm not too sure, but this man is looking very good. Just look at the lack of movement, but it isn't over yet. Look how this is the worst sort of this rider now.
Well, the guy on the motorbike indicated 1 minute and 55.
This is very nice. 23 seconds. So he's lost a couple of seconds. There's a little bit more uphill to go, but he's still looking good. He looks composed.
That they had in the Grand Tours last year, but I do know that there's a lot of fans also for the Duck Palace.
The pig straps are great.
Absolutely. The only thing that I don't have issues about it. It looks like they are wearing a mourning crease in tempo there by Enzo Paleni. Jenno Bergmoes on his wheel. We have Chris Nijlands there, Lenny Martinez, Thibaut Guernalec. We have Pierre-Luc Périchon in that group, and I think I'm...
Stay in contact when the heat is on. That is an impressive ride. So two of the younger riders from that team as well. Enzo Paleni, 20 years of age, and of course Martinez only 19. So a real good showing from those two, and a great showing from this man, but his lead is ebbing away. 18 seconds now. It's a difficult one. It's the brutality of our sport, isn't it? You know.
But the smooth pedaling is gone. He's out of the saddle, in the saddle. So thanks for that, Tim. Always very insightful tweets from Tim. The man seems to know everything. Yeah, he's just reached the top of the climb. Well, he reached the top of the climb about 2K ago, but then it was like a little bit of a plateau, and now it's full gas down. And just like you explained, Matt,
a lot of this is going to be an opportunity to recover. So for the last 300-400 metres of the climb, go all in, put yourself even right over into the red because you can. But he's descending like an absolute demon, hitting very, very effectively, quickly. And look at that, he's opened up five more seconds. 30 seconds now with 7Ks to go. And of course, because they're descending pretty much all the way to the finish line now, moving at high speed, we've only got...
I think it was a wet day as well in 2021, and he was such a fantastic bike handler there.
Yeah, well, the way he's descending now, it's opened up another 10 or 15 seconds. It went down to 8 in sunshine. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. It's not for...
Oh, get up, blimey, that's a bit dangerous.
It's not for nothing that many great painters from the past went to the south of France to paint, because in winter, the big names like Vincent van Gogh worked a lot here in the south of France. Matisse as well.
Picasso, yeah. Picasso lived not too far away from here as well, but Matisse spent a lot of time down here too. 30.
Well,
no, he's open, and it's always difficult. I don't like to say these guys are riding per second, but the way he descended there, he wasn't riding recklessly, but he was just pushing it to the limits of what he can do. Dry roads. He's now got. I don't think they're going to be able to close this now unless this man has an absolute catastrophe. But it's looking very good, as you said, very smooth on the drops. The way he was throwing the bike into those corners, wonderful to see.
TJ van Garderen is actually one of the sports directors. 30. Well, I was about to say 31 seconds, and then it went down to 29. But it just doesn't have the vibe in a black coat. It might be somebody on his recreational bike. There was somebody there.
It's a red herring anyway, but this man...
It's an apparition, was it?
It
For the win, they will have to settle for second. Of course, for a team like EF Education, Easy Post, the Coupe de France, the French National Cycling Cup, is not going to be a big goal. It is going to be a big... Oh, we've got an obelisk there standing on the side of the road, the same that we have on the Champs-Élysées in France. And there we have it. What a long boulevard here leading to the Stade Vélodrome. We can, because we do have that headwind to take into account, but 42 seconds, he's winning second by second there on the chasers, and just judging from the body language there.
Over the top of the climb, where they did get the cohesion they'd need to bring it back, and it came back down to 17 or 18 seconds, and for a couple of moments it was looking like he would be reeled in. Skill on a bike, carved his way, carved open the lead again, as we see a left-hand side, an obelisk attack on the left-hand side there.
Well, the last time we had a solo win here in Grand Prix Jeremy Roy won with a margin of no less than 2 minutes and 38 seconds on the peloton. So that is 12 years ago that a solo rider won. But look at that, he is inside of the Finnish cameras. Nielsen Paulus, he placed a very well thought out. The gap went down to about 18 seconds when it was looking a little bit dire for the man from America. But he is within sight of the Finnish cameras, as it looks like Enzo Paleni is actually going for second place. He knows, he has heard in the communication in his ear that it is a win for him, his third in his career. Classica San Sebastian, Japan Cup last year, and now this race here in France. Grand Prix La Marseillaise. Bravo, Nielsen Paulus. Well done. Impressive.